news, Robert Logan is returning to court to appeal his case. In proof that you can never keep a Logan down. Turning on the Eden Falls Christmas lights with special guests Maya Hirsch and Delilah Logan. I will, as we delve into Chapter 7. What's today, my fine fellow? Discovering Matson's disappearance, along with finding Nico's crossbow missing too, Darla and Amelia, you decided to make the most of the credit card you still had in your possession, emptying Matson's bank account of everything. But as you did, you were caught in the act by Sheriff Mitchell, and while Amelia, you ran, Darla, you and the sheriff managed to come to a strange accord. And though you had to convince her to allow you to keep the antique revolver you had stolen from the Logan estate, she agreed to keep an eye out for any unusual activity. Meanwhile, Amelia, returning home to your father and admitting to the several $1,000s worth of notes in your bag, you told him that it was an account of your new internship with the Logans. Requesting that he speak with Delilah Logan personally, your father said he would drive you to her estate before school the next day. Meanwhile, Drake, you and Artie discuss Nico's reluctance to join you in yet another mystery. And more pressingly, the job offer made by the Logans to your father. Realizing that, should the loop explode, it won't just be your families in peril, but the entirety of Eden Falls. You parted ways on a somewhat somber note. The next day, with Darla having slept through a panicked message over the radio from Mr. Jenkins, Amelia, you were driven to the Logan estate where you were met by Delilah, who not only corroborated your story with your father, but asked for you and your friends to return that night. She wanted to talk. And at Jenkins High, as all of you went about your penultimate day of school before Christmas, and Drake, you connected with Lana over her loneliness around the holidays. You all met at day's end to discuss your next move. Amelia and Drake would visit Delilah, and Darla and Artie would look into the Neurocasters. So Drake and Amelia, arriving at the Logan estate and seeing that the electricity was still dead on account of Eli's stunt with the universal dimmer switch, Delilah took you to the empty doorway you had found a few nights prior. She told you that it could be used to travel back and forward through time, and that after he was cured, her father had stepped through it into the past to see what change he could effect. The answer was nothing. For unlike a time machine, this door could not be used to change the flow of time. It was a closed loop, immutable. And when her father returned, having seen this past, he turned his attention forward. He stepped through the door and into the future. He was gone only a day before he returned, and something in him had changed. For this was a man desperate to survive. Concerned over these recent developments and aware that she didn't have the whole story, Delilah asked what she could do to help. And so, Amelia and Drake, with Delilah at your side, you began to plan. Meanwhile, Darla, you and Artie infiltrated a warehouse full of Neurocasters newly shipped from a company called Howdy Electronics, based out of San Francisco. Rifling through filing cabinets, you came upon evidence that Howdy Electronics had been bought just over a month ago by another company, Logan Industries. But before you could discover anything further, Stuart Matson, armed with Nico's crossbow, stepped out of the shadows. And threatening your father, and everyone you hold dear, for all the trouble you'd caused, he let loose a bolt, only for Artie to throw himself in harm's way. And before Matson could reload, Darley, you pulled out Magnus's antique revolver, and you fired. Safe for now, you grabbed Artie and ran out into the cold winter evening, leaving Stuart Matson, the former head of Logan Security, dead on the floor of the office. And as you run, we are going to pick up with Drake and Amelia.
Okay.
So, the two of you are alone with Delilah in this barn. You see all of the technology around you, the monitors that previously spied upon the entirety of Eden Falls. Its screens now blank and dead. You see the empty doorframe in the center of the room, and the presumably no longer working generator that sits to one side. You see the railing, and you see the hazmat suits hung up upon it with one empty hanger. And there are blueprints and designs left over from the Nico from the future that you had met just over a month ago. But as the two of you and Delilah stand in the barn, what are you doing, and what are you planning?
Right. So everything that I've seen really seems connected to whatever's going on in the loop. They have to be working on something there. Last time that was a box. There has to be more. That I can imagine, right?
I would assume so.
So, what is it exactly you're proposing? Our relationship with the loop has been spotty, to say the least, especially since my brother's arrest and the
Right.
technology is stolen from their facility. So,
That's fair. Um we also don't have a great relationship with them. One, probably because we're kids, and two, we did sneak in last time. So I imagine there's going to be even less forgiveness if anything gets caught. And they may have upped their security since then.
I mean, somebody did get shot last time, so yeah,
Uh, but he didn't die, so that's kind of a big distinguishing point here to make. You
that's
know,
true.
it
Mhm.
happens and people get shot all the time. When you work in high security, I don't know. What I don't know what it might take. I'd rather not have to shoot anyone else. I think that would be our preferable option. Maybe we just don't go in with any like those kind of weapons. Maybe we still try to find a way in, or we try to find a mole, somebody who is there. Kind of like how you helped out our family. Is there somebody that we might be able to leverage as a link, perhaps?
no one that I know. My only contacts really lie within the mayor's office, and I know my father has a relatively good relationship with most of the establishments within Eden Falls, the school, the
Mhm.
police,
Right.
but the loop.
Do you do you think you could get the mayor to sponsor a field trip for 5 spunky kids to go through the loop, and then we just happen to disappear in the middle of it?
She sort of looks at you a little apprehensively, but
Okay.
your last day of school is tomorrow, yes?
Yeah, extra credit for the winter break.
I'll see what I can do. All right. And she looks between the two of you and, well, it's something I can do on my end. Absolutely. In terms of, in terms of what my father saw when he stepped through that door, I I feel as though there's something you're not telling me.
Well, what kind of ending did he portray for you?
Well, not an ending.
Uh, what?
He went to the future, right?
Yes.
He didn't tell me anything. He just said that we needed to be ready, and he's my
Ooh.
dad. You know, I
Right. Ready. I don't know exactly how to be ready for something like this, besides evacuate the town, figure out what's going on with the loop. To be clear, what she looks over at Drake.
Fine.
I saw was essentially the end of the world. Imagine everything like desolated and in ruins, and on top of it, it's just like there's this massive large dome that keeps growing in the back and emerging from like the loop area, and the gravity reverses, and there's this thing, not even a creature, a mechanical being of sorts with 3 metal legs that towers over any building that you could imagine here at Eden Falls, and it's smashing down into the ground. It's not exactly just, protect ourselves from another earthquake or, I don't know, an invasion. It's something incredibly unnatural, something I've not seen in anywhere else.
Amelia, can you make a lead check for me?
Oh,
You need 2 successes.
oh my. I will try.
Got this.
I'm hoping.
How many buses you need?
For my 0 successes.
Yeah.
You need 4.
May I steal 4, Justice?
Absolutely.
What are you
Thank
at
you.
now?
23 now.
Yes. Listen, this is crunch period. These are the ones we have to succeed, and there's going to be multiple in a row. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
23. I'm gonna
Somebody
figure out
give
a
me,
way
like-
to
So you gotta
burn
make him
through
roll.
those, Justice.
You have to get a 4 on everything, actually.
Yeah,
I
from
got
here
2
on out.
successes on my rolls last time in a row. Two successes and 2 rolls.
Woo.
So I got to save some.
So, Amelia,
Mhm.
you see Delilah's face shift from somewhat perplexed disbelief to a slow realization
Right.
that this is not imagination, it's not a flight of fancy. This is the truthful innocence of a child. And her face just hardens. When is this happening?
As far as I know, New Year's, kind of like right at that timeline, which is why I figured we're trying to all get out of town, sort of thing. I can't tell you how awful it was. And even just the lack of sound in all of it. It was like a vacuum was taking all of it away. Drake can point to it as well, right, Drake? None of this is anything to laugh about.
Yeah, not at all. It's pretty scary.
We used one of the neurocasters.
Yeah. So we've all seen what she saw. If you want to see it too, can show you specifically.
Mm-hmm.
If you're okay
Sure.
with that, Amelia.
Yeah.
Show me.
Do you have two here?
She nods. And she stands. And looking back at the both of you. Wait. And she steps on out of the barn.
Drake, are we making a mistake? Should we not have told her?
I don't know. But if she can help, she's probably the best choice we have. Enemies, friends, all that.
Okay. Right. No, you're right. This is the best chance at an ally, and if she can get us into the loop, and the more she understands of what's going to happen and the dangers around it, it's better to have informed allies, right?
Yeah. I don't know if I should go in again. But
Probably not.
yeah.
I hope that it'd be fine for you two, but maybe you stand watch, and after a certain time, I don't know, like 3 minutes? 3 minutes should be enough, right? After 3 minutes, just kind of shake us a little or something to get us out.
Okay. I'll keep watch, make sure you guys are safe.
Right.
As you make this promise to keep one another safe, across the other side of town, stumbling away, Darla, Artie is slumped over your shoulder, his legs trailing behind him, occasionally just bringing up enough strength to step forward, but every so often, his tall frame just collapsing a little bit next to you. And Darla,
Stop, don't talk, don't talk. Do you need to sit? We can sit for a second, and she would place him gently up against a tree just so he can gather himself. Do I see now where this wound is?
make empathize or investigate, whichever you'd rather.
I can't even do it. I have 1 dice.
I will say that you can see that around his abdomen there is a very large, very dark red stain. But as you pull aside his jacket, pulling it to one side, and lift up his shirt, and he just winces,
Sorry.
you see that the bolt has gone clean in, and you cannot see an end to it. It is inside.
Did you feel it fall out, or is it? And she's looking closer.
It's still in there.
Okay. Give me a second, and she's going to pull out her walkie-talkie, and initially, going for the only adult she knows, she would try to contact Mr. Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins, I need you to answer quickly. Please quit taking so long. And then after not getting anything for a while, she would then try to contact Drake or Amelia. And you would hear her coming over this walkie-talkie, probably in and out, because her hands are shaking, and so it's going off and on the button. But you would catch some of the words of Artie is hurt, basically.
As you do this, as you do this, Darla, you just feel a hand very limply just taking your sleeve, and you just hear, I'm
do you
scared.
No, you don't have to
I'm
be.
scared.
You're gonna be okay,
I'm
I
really
promise.
scared.
And she really doesn't know what to do except yell. I don't know how far she is away from where she just was compared to anything more public, but she would yell for help and assistance.
You do so. And as you yell, Amelia and Drake, Delilah comes back in just after you hear Darla's voice over the radio. She's carrying 2 neurocasters.
Hold on. 1 second. Darla, can you hear me? Darla?
Artie, give me just a second, okay? I'm gonna answer them, all right? Just breathe as slowly as you can, and she picks it up. Drake, are you
What's
there?
going on?
A lot. I don't know how to get Artie out of here, but Artie's been shot, and I think I killed someone.
Wait, don't say anything else. Where are you?
Not far from the warehouses, down by the pier.
We have
Delilah,
to go.
Please
is there
get
any way
help.
we can get to her? Please.
Make a lead check, Drake. 2 successes.
How much do I need? I need a lot.
I love that they're all low. It's making you
I
roll
know.
or give them up. You need 7.
Okay, well, I guess I'm using 7.
Delilah looks at you, Drake, and at the radio. Is that Miss Oakes?
It is, yeah.
I have
You-
a car. Come on.
Thank you. Darla, we're on our way. We'll be there soon. We got a car.
She hears it, but she doesn't respond.
Just keep him awake.
To which she hears this advice, and she's leaning in front of him, and anytime his head slouches a little bit more, she would kind of just straighten it up, and I need you to stay awake. Can you open your eyes? Can you look at me? Even just a little bit? You're doing great. You're doing so good.
It's really cold.
And she takes off her jacket, not understanding fully, and lays it like on top of him. Here, this will help keep you warm. And it's got already extra warmth from it from me, so
I haven't got you anything for Christmas yet. Would you want?
hey, how
Would
about
you-
living? That's all I can ask, okay? If you're alive,
Just-
then we can go and get each other Christmas gifts, because I didn't do it either.
I've just been really busy and.
Artie, I need you to stop talking.
Can you?
Anything.
Can you talk? Can you just talk?
Yeah.
Please.
I don't know what to talk about. You know, I loved so much when we were kids. You would always try to teach me how to draw stick figures because they would always be a little slanted or a little too small and nobody could make out what they were. Do you remember that? Don't say anything. But it was really cool because then over time you taught me like how to structure things a little bit better, which my mom really liked, and I'm pretty sure she would forever thank you for that, which is amazing that you are this great of a person. And
Yeah, we can. How about we can all come round and we can,
we have Drake teach us even more.
Yeah, we can play with your sister and we can finish
Artie,
treehouse.
Artie, don't talk. And taking this in and realizing that he's not thinking clearly. You mentioned her sister who's passed and treehouse that's burnt. And she just repetitively talks, and a mantra so scattered that even if he could understand her, he wouldn't. While she waits and tries to calm him.
Can you make a contact check for me, please? You need 2 successes done
Okay.
to keep Artie awake.
Let me look at my pluses. I will use all of them. I get 2 successes.
He nods a little bit, and you just push him back up as he just. And the
It's fine.
air, cold as it is bracing also. It is keeping him awake. Just. As Amelia and Drake, in Delilah's car as she drives. Okay, where is she? Where am I taking you?
By the warehouses. Was it? Further
It's
down
the
by
neuro.
the pier.
Yeah, it's one of the Neurocaster warehouses that you guys have. We were checking it out, or they were checking it out.
Why? What is? You need to fill me in on everything that's going on. What were you looking into? Why is Darla talking about someone being shot?
I have no idea. But sounds like Artie, our other friend, got shot and possibly dying. So something must have happened at the warehouse. I have no idea. We were with you. We weren't really talking to them. They just wanted to see what your connection with the Neurocasters were, because there was some shadiness and
Well, not
all
your
of that.
connection per se, but you know what?
Yeah, Logan's connection.
Yes.
I understand. What? Okay, we've got a long drive. What do you want to know?
Well, I guess first and foremost, what do the Neurocasters gather? Like, we know we put them on and we can share it, but does it save any of that data? Who owns it? Why were they even made? Are they really just toys?
As far as I am aware, they're just a means of experiencing good memories, escaping. It seems more and more people need it these days, but
Good memories? I don't know. I almost died in mine, so I don't know if that's truly
so
good.
What do you mean?
I relived a very traumatic memory, and then I was having a seizure, and a lot of bad stuff happened while I was in mine. So we were a little curious about all of that.
Look, all I can tell you with any certainty is we found out about Howdy Electronics a month or so ago. Since oil became obsolete 20 years ago, we've been diversifying our brand, electronics, and we had our eyes on Howdy Electronics over in San Francisco. They were doing good work, and they had this new product still in development, still testing, and when my father came out of, and she glances at you, Amelia, and, well, you know, but when he came out, he was after the doors. After he saw whatever it is you described, he was looking through all our investments, and he saw our interest in this particular company, Howdy Electronics, and he decided to buy. It was surprising, but business is business. I would never question it. He has terrific acumen in that regard, but I thought it was somewhat unwise, but he pushed the release of the Neurocaster to coincide with Christmas. Every single company, every single Neurocast the company had in storage, shipped out, which, a boost in profits initially, but unwise in terms of manufacturing. They have none left. There are none left in the warehouse. So we sent them out across America. That's all I know. I just thought it was a man wanting to make up for lost time.
Gosh.
But, I mean, I'm assuming from what you're saying, Mr. Lee, these things haven't been properly tested, properly patched? What?
I'm not sure. I know I haven't had the greatest time using them. Did help a little.
Right, just don't minimize it right now.
Sorry. Yes, it's not good. If anything like what happened to me happens to other people across the country, besides them being in danger, you're probably going to face lawsuits like crazy, and your whole company could go under.
It's
So I think you should look
horrifying.
into it.
It's trauma. Even though they were what Darla joined in on yours, and she couldn't
Yeah.
even. No.
My trauma bled into Darla's trauma, and she went through a lot too. Plus, your dad blowing up her house and all that trauma that she already had going on was not a good time.
Right.
I don't think the escape aspect of the Neurocasters works quite the way they're marketing it, which is why we're curious what its actual purpose is.
I need to have a word with my father. And she continues driving. You drive. For another 40 minutes or so, you drive. Until eventually, you find yourself cresting along the coastline. You see the amusement pier off to one side, all of its lights shut off now. It is late in the evening. You can see the 2 skeletal remains of oil rigs out to sea, and you can see slowly approaching the dockyards, the industrial area, and the warehouses. Can both of you make investigate checks for me?
Yes. One success.
One success. Amelia, as you look out the window, it is fleeting, but you see next to what looks to be a small bunch of trees, rare in this area considering how cut down everything is, how industrial everything is. You see slumped 2 figures, one kneeling in front of the other, and then they're gone out of sight as you continue driving.
Wait! Pull back! I think I saw them.
Oh, okay.
Where?
And pulling back, you see both Darla and Artie.
That's them. They're over there. Hurry! Are we close enough that I could just almost? Are we still in the car?
Oh, the car has come to a standstill, and
Okay, perfect.
Delilah is slowly beginning to reverse, but you are close enough that you could get to them, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bust out of the car and start
Mhm.
running.
Yeah. Just bring the car closer. I don't think he can move anywhere. Please. Sorry.
Delilah does so.
Darla, what
Drake's
happened?
just gonna run over, slide down, and be like, "What's up? What's going on? Are you okay?" Obviously, he's not okay.
She's covered in his blood, and she would just kind of turn to you and just lift up her hands and, I'm fine. Artie's not.
Okay. Just gonna look back and see how long Delilah's taking to get over here.
Delilah is parking up, and she is opening up the back car door, and you see her just like throwing down a number of. You can see her coat. She is throwing down on the back seat and laying out almost like a towel.
Gonna try to lift Artie as
Be careful.
gently as possible.
You do so, and he is limp in your arms, and you can feel his ragged breathing against your hands.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Just gonna take him over to the car and slowly, gently have Delilah help me load him into the back seat. Take off my own jacket, wrap it around him.
He's shivering.
Okay. Let's go. We gotta go.
Right.
Everybody, now.
Darla would be right
Darla, put it
behind.
in the back. I'll sit up in the front then.
Okay. She does. I feel like she would slide on the side where Artie's head is. place it on her lap.
Just keep talking to him.
Yeah. I have been. I don't even know if I'm saying real words at this point. She's brushing hair out of his face, and she's taken off his glasses and kind of gently set them inside of her bag. Shh, it's okay. We're on our way. You're gonna be super warm very soon, and you'll be comfortable. And this will all be a dream.
I had a dream. I was flying, and everything was really bright.
Can you
I saw
drive
the sun.
faster, Delilah? Sorry to
Yep,
ask.
no, I'm driving.
That's nice, Artie.
I had wings, and I was flying. I was flying.
She's just looking at Drake, who's next to her. I don't know what to do.
Just be with him. Just keep talking. I'm just holding onto Artie's other hand and squeezing it, trying to like make sure that he still has a grip, as limp as it is, that he's still there.
She does. She just keeps talking. And like I had said, it just doesn't make sense. She's saying full sentences and then slipping up different words that don't fit. And just babbling at this point. Constantly trying to put pressure into like his shoulder or his arm so that he feels that, and she could potentially almost grasp his soul that way to keep him present and right there so that he could feel it.
Amelia, and as the electric car continues on across empty streets, there's a phone in the compartment connected to the car. I need you to call a hospital now, okay?
Right. Okay.
Amelia, can you do that? Okay.
No, sure. What do I even tell them? We have a friend who's.
Just say there was
Say
an
it
accident,
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
and he's hurt, and he's bleeding.
Okay. She's gonna find the phone and pull it out. Hello?
Hello, this is Eden Falls Hospital. How can I help?
We're on our way right now. I have a friend who is in an accident, and he's bleeding in the back of a car right now, and we're bringing him in. He's going to need help immediately as soon as we get there.
All right. And as you say this, Delilah just grabs the phone off you, and this is Delilah Logan. I need people outside waiting to meet us, all right? And immediately just puts it down back in its receiver. And you drive. Until eventually coming to Eden Falls Hospital. Pulling up outside, you see that there is already a gurney waiting outside and a number of nurses and a doctor. And as you rush on out, your breath hanging in the air, you watch as Artie is taken, presumably from you, Drake, and placed upon the gurney and taken inside the hospital. What he will do.
Gonna look at Darla, and then grab her real quick and pull her to the side.
She
just be like,
goes,
He'll be okay. But
I don't know. It happened really quickly. I don't think he's gonna live, Drake. He got really
They'll take care of him.
cold.
I know, I felt him. He's strong, right?
Yeah.
You took care of him. You did everything you could. Just be careful. Delilah heard that you shot somebody, so I don't want anything to...
I don't care about that.
I do. And Artie will, when he gets better, he's going to care. So you have to care about yourself right now, too.
Darla,
What?
can you tell me Artie's family's phone number, or just type it in. I'll
Yeah,
talk to them, but
let me.
I don't
And
I don't
she
think
is repeating it to you, stumbling
you.
over numbers, incorrect
Drake,
ones for a moment before correcting herself until you have the correct number.
I'll take care of this call. Drake, can you get maybe
Yeah.
some different clothes?
Yeah.
I've got an extra bag or a jacket at least in my bag.
Yeah. I'll go in the back of the car and grab the jacket. Take Darla inside. You should wash up.
Sure. Where?
Go in the hospital. We'll wait for Artie.
Okay. She's numb. And she
Yeah.
just kind of slumps, her shoulders forward, and her jacket is just not even over her arm, it's dragging behind her. You've never seen her posture be anything so vulnerable, especially in public. And she just kind of stares at her feet and then glances up every once in a while just to make sure she doesn't hit something, as if it's just natural for that to happen, not that she's doing it herself, until she goes into the hospital.
Over the next hour, Amelia, you call Artie's family. Their response is immediate, and they drive to the hospital. As you all wait for news of Artie. Wait for the family to get there. Where are you waiting? And are you doing anything over the next hour?
Amelia will try to find herself next to Delilah in this moment, trusting that Drake is going to continue to comfort her friend for now. And maybe waiting room lobby.
Delilah is sat there, and she's sort of looking almost absent-mindedly up at a TV that just sits in the corner of the room, up against the ceiling, and she just watches it as you see an advert playing on the TV, on which there's a heavier set individual wearing a sort of classic brown seersucker suit, and he's clean-shaven with slightly styled brown hair and flecks of white, and as his brown eyes shine out, he's just saying, "Well, howdy there. I hope this finds you well. If you are in legal trouble but finding counsel costs you an arm and a leg, well, you're not alone. Here at Cheely & Associates, we're here to offer you cheap and cheerful legal advice and to provide a warm hearth in those chilly months, for no one should have to go cold at Christmas. For more information, call the number below. I'm Cheely, and I'm here to help." And it moves on to the next advert. It is showing Neurocasters, and you see Delilah just shake her head and cross her arms and just look at the ground.
Delilah?
Miss Oliver, hello.
Can I be honest with you?
I thought that was the purpose of this evening.
I'm afraid. I don't think that was the conversation of honesty you wanted, but I'm very afraid.
Me too.
Amelia is going to kind of lean over closer to Delilah. I know I didn't have a chance to show you what I've seen, but it's horrifying. And for the longest time, I've been the only one to be able to see these, and I have not been able to do anything about it. In a way, I think I understand your father. to do drastic things and to feel like no matter what it is, it's still failing, that it's just not enough? How do you even prepare for the things I've seen? But, and while I wanted to run away, especially since you gave my entire family an easy way out, and even Drake's family, and I can't leave behind everyone else. I'm worried. What if we lose people? What if we're going to lose Artie even now before any of that happens?
She reaches out and she just holds your hand. And it's a firm grip. It is very firm, and as she looks up at you and you see her eyes welling somewhat. Up until the other night, I you trust your parents, don't you? You trust that they...
Yes.
I am so sorry for everything that's been done to you. I am so sorry.
We're all just right now trying to figure out what's best, isn't it?
And what you are, you're kids. You're kids. No older than John.
Well, right now that doesn't really matter, does it? For whatever reason, I have been able to see these things. Like awful visions. I don't think it has anything to do with age or whatever, just all of us in this just find ourselves in these awful stories. But I will say it's... Talking to you gave me the first glance of hope at this. I don't think that we could do any of it without you moving forward. Well, I know I can't. If I keep seeing these things and not being able to do anything about it, even if I do get my family out of here, which now I've already said no to the trip, so I don't know how I would convince them without telling visions at this point. I don't even know what they would believe at this. But I can't just... Well, I can't even finish my sentences. Just stick with us, right? You're going to keep helping us?
I will. I promise. You have my word.
Thank you. Maybe we'll get the end of this terrible book.
You are remarkable. You hear me? You are remarkable.
Maybe we should save those descriptors to see if we survive this all.
Well, if what
Right
you say
now.
is true, I think we'd better make the most of the time while we have it.
Right. Delilah, I know we all haven't had the best of relationships with the Logans, and I'm not sorry for that, actually, really, but I believe in you. I trust in you. I really do. Just like any of my friends, Darla, Drake, Audie. We've gone through all of this together. And it's a lot. But you understand. At least we've always trusted each other and tried to work together, and I don't know what it's like on your end when... Well, I don't know if you have that same support. But you do now.
Do you want to know something I've never told anyone, not even my own brother.
Hmm.
I love my father. I really do.
Of course.
And I know I shouldn't. Because I have seen what kind of I've seen what kind of father he can be. And what kind of father Robert was to John. It is such a responsibility to look after a child. And I think as I've gotten older, I think in some twisted kind of way, I thought I earned. I don't his respect, but I can't stand by someone who so much disregard for the lives of other people, like you. So in answer, yeah, it's okay. It's fine. Drake, what do you do?
I think Drake would just be sitting there or standing wherever Darla is, watching her,
She would come up
feeling
a little into this hour, so it would be a moment.
yeah. Any news from the nurses?
No. They won't even tell me anything. And she's pacing. And you can tell she's got, like, all over her arms, you know those red rub marks from scrubbing too hard? She's got those all over her arms and on her face, and it's almost stained as well. Splotches of blood. I don't know if maybe an adult can talk to them, because they won't listen to me.
Maybe his parents can get something.
I hope so.
I don't really know them, so I don't think they'll talk to me, but
They would. They would talk to anyone. How are you doing?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't. It's my fault. I asked them to look into the neurocasters.
Don't. She comes to sit next to you and just takes a beat instead of usually cutting somebody off. She grabs your hand, kind of squeezes it. Why do you want to do that and put that weight on you?
I mean, it's true. I
It's
should have been
not,
there with
though.
you guys.
No, we thought that we were going honestly the safer route. She's gonna be a peak.
True. Nothing's ever safe in this town, though.
Not with me around.
Or me.
A couple of knuckleheads.
Yeah. The best of luck with us.
Yeah. Thank you for coming so quickly.
Of course,
I know Artie would. Thank you too.
he will. And then I'm gonna hold it over him that you saved his life.
I'm not. Honestly, it was about time that I did a real big thing for him. He always does so much for me.
I mean, love will do that.
She looks at you. What?
Nothing.
Is it that obvious?
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. I can't tell him that.
It's okay. I'm sure he knows.
I hope so. She's looking down at the jacket that was from Amelia. She's got it rolled up. And once you settle in a seat in a cold place, you start to feel that chill. She pulls her sleeves down, just kind of removes her hand from yours and like clasps her own and sits them in her lap, moving her thumbs one on top of the other, and just kind of tapping the toes of her feet as they barely touch the ground. Impatient, nervous, and just filled with guilt. But she tries to make it lighthearted because she knows how much guilt can really tear a person up, and she needs to not be that person right now.
As you wait, it is another half hour or so before you just hear from down the corridor, Where's our son? Where's our son? And you just see coming round the corner Artie's parents as they just come down the corridor and we need to see him. Where is he? He's right there. We will be done with him shortly. What do you mean you'll be done with him? What is it? No, it's fine. If you just take a seat.
Mr. King. And
my
Darla
God,
stands
Darla,
up and
Darla.
she walks over. It's okay. He's gonna be fine. That's what I was told.
What, Darla, what happened?
She grabs both of his parents' hands and kind of leads them. I need you to sit down.
It's okay.
I need you to
it's all
sit
right.
down, please.
They do.
She's just putting
Honey.
like hands in her pockets and kind of rocking back and forth. He got shot.
Oh my God.
Not with a bullet. It was with. I don't think it makes it better. It was with a bolt from a crossbow. And it wasn't from me, I swear.
His mum just reaches out and grabs your hand. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Physically.
She just pulls you in.
Darla goes.
Just
Not even a moment to spare other than comfort and getting to it. And she hugs her, buries her face into the chest of this woman that's almost raised her.
Another hour passes. And then another. As you all wait. In the slowly quieting hospital. The bare bones staff are on call. The TV in the corner is shut off. All of you wait. Normally, you would be asked to leave. Visiting hours are over, but between the mood that lowers over all of you and the fairly stern words that Artie's father has to say to the staff, you all remain. Until eventually, coming down the corridor, you hear the slick slap of rubber gloves as a doctor comes out. Just scrunching up a pair of blood-stained rubber gloves and just depositing them in a nearby bin. Do I have Martha King's parents? Yep, we're over here. He's going to be all right. His stomach was pierced, but we were able to close the wound, stitch it up. He should be fine. Just he'll need a week or so bed rest. This is what I advise. We also have a number of painkillers. He's hooked up to an IV drip, but he's all right. Do you need to take a moment, or no? Whatever we need to sign, whatever we need. Thank you, doctor. Of course. And they head off to the nearby reception area and start to fill out the requisite paperwork.
Could I, with them up and about and now with confirmation that Artie should be okay, Darla would like to go to her dad's room and check in on him, especially after the threat that Mattson said. She hadn't wanted to check on him initially, one, from fear that somebody else she loves would be hurt in seeing that, and two, because she didn't want to miss a message about Artie.
You go to his room. And you see the bed. The covers are tossed to one side. Your father is not there.
Does it look disorderly?
Make an investigate check for me.
Dang, I can't get it.
Do you need any?
I can't get it. I only have one dice.
Okay.
As you look about, trying to make sense of what you see, the answer comes from behind you. Hey, kid.
And she whips her around.
Your dad's standing there in a hospital gown, and I was getting sick of bedpans.
Dad, and she runs and grasps him and just hugs him.
I
thought you were dead, or taken, or you ran away.
No, you saved me. Hey, kid, you saved me. Remember? I'm good.
Yeah, but sit. And she's grabbing his forearm and kind of dragging him. Please go sit back down.
Oh,
They haven't told you that you're allowed to get out yet.
No, not yet. But I figured sneaking down to the bathroom probably not a criminal offense.
That sounds like me.
Are you okay?
Yeah. How are you feeling? You look better, which is good.
He smiles. And there is a light in his eyes and a cohesiveness to his speech that you have not seen in a very long time. He is tired. He is worn down, but there's the briefest flicker of the father you once knew in those eyes. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Really, I am. I'm looking forward to getting out, though. The food is It's bad, kid. It's really bad.
Hey, food's food. Eat it and get better. And then Darla would disappear probably for a little bit from y'all. She would just be hanging out with her dad, filling him in on what happened. Not going into too much detail, knowing about his PTSD, but dancing around words that he would understand. And then cracking jokes. Trying to get him to laugh and see that again, that glint. And also to make herself feel better. Somehow.
The night wears on. And Drake and Amelia and Delilah, you are alone in the waiting room. Eventually, Artie's parents, finished at the reception desk, just sit down on a nearby bench, and you see that they have no intention of leaving. They fall asleep within eyesight of you, until the three of you are the only conscious ones left in the waiting room, save for the staff.
Sir, I know we have a lot going on. And I don't want to add one more thing to our plate, but I assume there's one person left at the warehouse.
Delilah nods.
Oh,
I will, I'll make a call. And she stands and heads over to a nearby payphone.
right. Drake, how are you holding up?
I don't know. It's been a lot, but I guess there's no better way to trust her than having her hide a dead body, right?
Yeah. All right. I do trust her. I think she's quite tired of having to clean up her brother and father's messes.
Yeah. This mostly falls under them too.
Right. Do you know what happened at all with Artie and Darla? Did you get anything?
She didn't tell me much, just instinct, I think, took over for her.
It's good. I mean, it gives Artie a chance at living. You will. Sorry.
Yeah.
Of course. Right.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you still want to show her everything?
Kind of. Yeah. Honestly, I'm just. It showed. It just. We're sitting here. We're sitting here for a very long time, and I wish I could do something helpful, but I don't want to leave in case something happens. And but we're also just not doing anything right now. Oh, and I should call my parents. Remind me to call my parents in a bit. They're going to be so
Okay,
upset at me again.
I don't think we need to stay anymore. Now that Artie's okay, there's not much for us to do here.
Right.
Darla's with her dad, I think. And then Artie's parents are here. She's got all the people that love her.
Right. Should we at least tell Darla, though? We could go back to the barn, though. I don't know how long Mr. Logan's going to be gone.
Yeah, I guess. I'll go peek over and just let her know we're leaving.
She would be asleep,
Perfect.
laying next to her dad.
I'm gonna write a note on some paper that I find, and
There's tons of paper in hospital rooms.
I know.
They have to write
I'm
stuff down
trying
too.
trying to figure out what I want to write it on, whether it's like
Just write it in the blood that I left.
yeah, on the mirror. Just we'll be back. No, I'll leave her a little note and then put it next to her wherever she's sleeping. Just says,
She's like on her dad's
get some
chest.
rest. Yeah.
Make sure she has her walkie-talkie on her.
Okay. I'll check for the walkie. Make sure she has it.
Yeah, it's all in her bag.
Okay,
Good.
Make sure we didn't leave anything behind.
Yeah. Rifling through her bags and her things.
You don't
just
see a
making-
gun. I will say that.
That's concerning.
What is?
I don't see the gun.
What do you mean the gun's not in there?
She might have dropped it, left it in the woods.
In the woods?
And she's the one person who the police probably have fingerprints of already.
Was it in the woods or at the pier she left it?
I have no idea.
We need to go get that then.
We can tell Delilah. Hopefully her guy can, or whoever she's calling can search for it.
Just sit around. Okay. All right. No. Okay.
I mean, we're going to have to run there or I don't, and then people will be there. If we don't tell Delilah, there's no way for us to get there. So
No, you're right. You're right. We do need to tell Delilah. We'll figure it out, but we need to find it. She can't get in any more trouble.
yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Put her-
Let's go tell her.
We'll head out. I assumed like Delilah will be out with a vehicle or.
Yeah, you can see the sort of long landline-esque cord just from her car as she just sits in the seat and she's talking with someone on the phone.
Excuse me.
Sorry, John. I won't be a moment. Hello.
Oh, you're on the phone, John. Yeah, Darla doesn't have the gun. So,
John, I'm gonna be back late, but I want you to know that I love you, alright? Okay. Night. Okay.
sorry.
No,
Um,
it's okay. Let's drive on over.
Right. Amelia will hop in the front seat.
Okay.
Delilah, I have a quick question. If you're helping us and they find out, they're not going to hurt you or John, right?
Miss Oliver, my father is many things, but he's also family. There are few things he prides more than family. Speaking of which, I know where yours live, Miss Oliver.
Right.
Mr. Lee, where do you live? I'll drop you both back home.
Oh,
we can go with you.
yeah.
Um,
We're very hands-on in most of these things.
Yeah.
It's been a long night.
Right. No,
Or
you're right. My parents will be absolutely upset.
yeah. At least you should go home. I can go with you. I'm used to being alone as it is anyway, so my dad probably won't even notice that I'm not home.
Make a charm check.
Yes.
If I say 4 eyes are better than 2, will that give him advantage?
I mean, you have glasses, so technically it would be
I know,
6.
you're getting up for 6.
Should
Do you
I?
It's up to you.
I'll use one bless to get 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
She looks at you, Drake, and just nods. All right, but Miss Oliver, we'll get you home. Your
Right.
dad already suspects, as it is.
Right. No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Uh,
It was a late night internship. That's all it was.
Yes. It'll be fine. Right. Tomorrow morning, then. Maybe a school trip.
Yeah.
I'll see what strings I can pull.
Right.
And with that, she starts the car and begins to drive in the direction of your home, Amelia. Is there anything that you would like to say before you part ways for the night?
As we're kind of getting down to the street that she lives in, you're nearing the end of this ride. Amelia will actually turn, very much so, to look over at Delilah. Thank you again. It was very brave and kind of you to help.
Well, we learn from the next generation, don't we?
Thank you. And she'll hop out of the car.
The lights are off. Save, you can tell, for a single lamp in
Dang
the
it, Dad.
sitting room.
I'm not even gonna bother trying to be too sneaky. Like, if that light's on, he knows, he's waiting. I'm just gonna go ahead, still quietly, not to wake the others, but I'm gonna open the door and go straight to that living room. I'm home.
As the door closes behind you and Drake and Delilah, you are left alone. For expediency's sake, Becca, make a charm check to see if you are grounded for the next couple of days.
Dang it. That's not fair. Okay. Uh,
Well, sometimes life's not fair, Amelia.
Yep.
Unless
is it
it's
two
you.
successes? Two successes?
Maybe it
Two
is fair.
successes. You managed to sweet talk your way out of it. It's okay. You are given a fairly, Amelia,
You're such
sort
a
of
daddy's
stern
girl.
reprimand.
But I didn't walk home and I got a ride.
And as you sort of make this very valid point and you gesture out the window, you can see that the car is beginning to leave, and you can see Delilah in the front and Drake as the two of you just sit in silence. You know, I never saw much of my dad when I was your age either.
Really? I guess it's not too surprising.
Not too much of a loss either.
I didn't want to say that, but yeah, I would be fine with not having a dad like that around. Tough
I
though.
hope you,
Sure.
I hope you know that the job offer wasn't just nepotism. Your father is a tremendous pilot.
So I've heard. But I'm glad that the offer came from you and it wasn't your dad trying to manipulate us somehow. That was my biggest worry.
Can you make a contact check? You need 2 successes.
Oh, easy.
Yeah. I'll use one. So
As you say this, you can see a flicker. Not quite of guilt on her face, but you can see a flicker of shame, I think.
It was you who offered my dad a job, right? And Amelia for college.
The both of you helped cure my father of his illness. My father's many things, but he believes in one good turn deserving another. He didn't tell me why, but he told me to pull some strings. Extend
see.
offers to the both of you.
Okay. Thanks for the honesty.
I'm sorry if you feel manipulated by me, Mr. Lee.
No, I get it. You can call me Drake. My dad's Mr. Lee. It's a little weird to be called that.
Okay,
Um,
Drake.
Thank you. Were you gonna be in New York on New Year's?
One family tradition that endures. We'd always
Okay.
go watch the ball drop in Times Square. Well, obviously my dad didn't want to mingle, but we would watch from an observation platform.
Yeah, of
high
course.
above.
So you won't be here when the town gets destroyed.
Apparently not. I made your friend Amelia a promise, and I want you to know I intend to keep it. I'll
What's
do
that?
everything in my power to ensure that whoever can get out gets out.
Okay.
I just need you to make me a promise, Drake. Don't do anything stupid.
I was actually about to propose something stupid. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, you haven't promised yet, so
That's true. Once we find this gun, if you want, I'll go into Neurocaster and show you what Amelia saw so that she doesn't have to relive it again. Tonight's already been traumatic enough for her. And I hope with you in there, it won't freak out like it has twice now for me.
you have yourself a deal, Drake.
Okay.
Okay. And as this conversation comes to an end, you see the warehouses approaching. And turning in, she pulls up next to the Logan Industries one. And you can see, even from your vantage point as you step out of the car, the still slightly ajar fire escape at the top of the zigzag stairs that lead up to a balcony. And the both of you stepping on up. As you approach the open fire door, you can see just inching underneath the door frame, pool of blood. You don't have to come in, Drake, if you don't want to.
It's okay.
She takes out a handkerchief and just places it over her mouth and nose and just heads on in. And you see Stuart Matson, broken nose, missing teeth from where he was punched, and almost perfectly circular in his forehead, a gunshot wound. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Look around. Well,
Okay.
and if you can make an investigate check, and I'm aware we've just hit a supernatural.
Watch me miss this, and we never find the gun. Okay. 2. So, succeed.
2. Lovely. You
Oh,
look over,
yeah.
and you can see that there's a couple of scuff marks on the floor, but you can also see a revolver, an antique revolver, just lying on the ground.
I'm just going to... I have a backpack with me, right? Still?
You do, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to pull out my extra pair of underwear. Because I need something cloth and small. And without thinking, just grab it and then grab the gun, kind of wrap it up in that, and then put it in my bag.
As you do so, suddenly you look across and Delilah is just placing her finger up against her mouth as you hear footsteps outside. And just through the crack of the fire escape, you see a beam of light against the ceiling. Is anybody up there? Hello? If it's you kids again, throwing rocks. Yeah, this is Willie. I think we've got someone in the warehouse. Okay. Yep, call the cops. No, this one should do. Okay. He's just waiting out there.
I can distract him. He's not going to know who I am, but people know you.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so you distract and I run?
I'll run, so he'll follow me. And then just meet me down the road somewhere and pick me up.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Okay, I'm getting ready, so I'm gonna put my jacket over my head a little bit to kind of obscure my face, but not entirely. And then, which door is he at? The one we came in through, or?
So as you peek your head, just craning your neck sort of round, because you're in an elevated office, essentially, and outside the fire escape, there is basically a zigzag metal staircase leading down to the ground. But as you peek out, you can see a fairly elderly security guard. He's got a bristly white mustache, and he's got a cap on, and he's got a high-vis jacket on, and he's just, like, moving this this flashlight around just the area. I was about to say torch, and then I remembered that caught me out in season 1. But he's moving a flashlight around and just... Look, if you're out there, just save me the trouble, okay? Cops are on their way. Cops are on their way.
Okay. Lila, I'm sorry. Okay. And then I'm just gonna get up to the window, pull my pants down and moon him. And be like, woo! Let's go!
Can you make a This is a weird. Can you make a charm check for me, please?
That's so 80s.
Oh snap! Success.
He just like brings the beam of light up in your direction towards both cheeks and just, oh my goodness, and just come back there, come down here. What are you doing up there?
With that, I'm just gonna book it out the door, slam it so it makes a lot of noise so you can hear me, and then run down the zigzag ladder.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to make a sneak check for me to see it. If you're seen in any way at all, your face, any distinguishing features. So the higher you roll, frankly, the better.
Okay.
Frankly, Lee Better. What a name.
Frankly, better.
I'll use 3, so I get 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay,
You
so
get 7.
Oh, 7. Okay, well then I'll use however much it takes to get
No,
2 successes.
ignoring.
covering your face and just booking it out of there, you see the security guard turn towards you and begin to sort of gamely jog after you before just and don't come back, little asshole, and just like begins to move away. And as you like turn over to just flick your head over your shoulder, you can see that Delilah is also booking it down the stairs and is running. And I'm going to ask you to roll for her. Can you make a move check for me, please, Drake?
Yes.
Why can't I do it?
0.
Oh, you can give her successes. Give her 2 of mine. She'll
yeah,
get 2.
I'll give her.
Help her out
Yeah.
a little.
She helped me
Yeah.
save Artie. She can have my blessings.
She's got 2 successes.
2 successes. She runs around the corner of the warehouse, and as the guard just sort of looks over after you, watching your slowly diminishing silhouette disappear into the night, just and you see from a distance just him slowly creak up the stairs, and he goes to just check that it's properly closed. And as he gets up there, his flashlight begins to lower. Oh my god. Oh my god. And you see him just begin to jangle keys. And as you run further and further away, you see him open up the fire escape door. And immediately, though you cannot hear what he is saying, you see that under the light outside the fire escape, he is bringing out his radio and he is shouting very, very fervently into it. And just off in the distance, you can see Delilah's car starting up.
Nothing else really to do, so I'm just gonna keep running to where I told her to meet me, and get out of there as fast as I can before the cops that he already called show up.
She pulls up next to you and just like holding the door open. Get in now.
Yep. I dive into the car.
She
Slam
just
it shut.
drives off and you head off. The revolver in your hands, concealed only by your spare underwear.
I got the gun. We got out of there, but the body's still in there. They're gonna think I killed him.
No, they didn't see you. They didn't see me. Is there anything that ties the body to Darla?
I mean, I think that's the guy that's been threatening her. So
But outside of our small circle, does anyone else know that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. You'd have to ask her. She's
well-
pretty cagey with this kind of stuff.
Well, let's keep it that way. Okay.
Okay. It'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. I didn't do anything. I just accessory in a murder. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's no big deal.
Give me the gun. I'll get rid of it.
Okay. Here you go. Then I'm just gonna wipe it with my underwear and give it to her.
she sort of, despite the severity of the situation, there is still just a look of sort of miscomprehension, just kind of looking at you and this sort of underwear as you wipe it down, and the inherent
all I had.
ridiculousness. Yeah, no, it's fine, it's okay. And she just takes the gun
They're
and
clean.
places
It's
it.
fine.
It's
They're clean.
okay. You don't need to explain, Drake. And just pushes it into the glove box and closes it. No. Where do you want dropping off?
I don't know. We can go to my house, or we could do the Neurocaster. It's a long night. I mean, we could. I mean, you don't come into. You shouldn't come into my house. It'd be really weird for you to be in my house. I mean, I don't mind you coming to my house, but like my dad and my sister, just having this older woman come home would be an interesting conversation.
Yes, I perhaps would not want that conversation either.
Yeah. But up to you. We could do it now, or we could do it tomorrow. If we're gonna do the field trip, maybe we should do the Neurocaster now.
Okay, yes. If you have them, go into your house. We'll do it in the car.
Okay, that works. Okay.
She pulls up to your car, or rather to your house, and you see lights are off. Everything is silent.
Okay, I'll be right back. Gonna sneak in through my window the same way that Darla and Artie snuck into my room.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be quiet. And I'm used to sneaking into my window because I've locked myself out of my house a few times, so I've had to break in. Especially being alone, you know, it happens.
Everything is quiet in the house. There is no sign of anyone awake, and certainly with your well-practiced entry many times over, you do not disturb anyone. You see the Neurocasters are where you left them.
Grab them real quick. Little cautious before I touch it again. Just from the last time that I dealt with it. But knowing that I have to do what I have to do. Just grab it. It's just a thing. And then sling them into my bag and mess up my bed a little bit to make it look like I slept in it. In case Dad wakes up and comes looking for me. Also, I'm gonna change really quick. Like, maybe not my pants, but at least my shirt. My shirt's probably still got blood from Artie on it from carrying him. So I'll stuff that in a bag in the corner of my closet. Grab a new shirt, different jacket, and then head out.
Delilah is waiting. You can see she is, much as all of you are by this stage, exhausted. She sits in the front of the car and just, okay, right, let's do this.
Okay. I'm sorry for taking a long time, but yeah. Okay, have you used these before?
Yes, I have.
Okay, good. Then I don't have to explain anything. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. And she slides the Neurocaster on. And you do the same. And we are going to take a break. So, Drake.
Yes.
Placing the Neurocaster over your head, and met once again by the voice of activation. You see a familiar sight materializing all around you in pixelated form initially, until it becomes indistinguishable from reality. Your old house. And eventually, an invitation is extended to Delilah. And you are given the option of accepting.
Accept.
Accepting Delilah Logan. And Delilah almost steps into the space, almost as though she had always been there, but she looks around. This is nice.
Yeah, it was.
You see her eyes fall upon a nearby framed picture. There are 2 adults in it. I see. So, you had something to show me.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just go right into it. Be careful, I guess. It's a lot. And then
Alright.
I'll do what I have to do to get into Amelia's memory.
So if you can just make a general mind check for me, please. You need 2 successes.
Well, that is not good. Do I need 3
You need
blesses?
4 to get 2 successes.
4.
1 for that 5, and then 3 for that 3.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well, running out of blesses.
You hear that, chat?
2
Great.
success.
Describe what happens as your memories, this peaceful place. Describe what happens as it is overtaken by what Amelia saw. How does it change?
At first, it's like the general pixelated kind of fading away and then rebuilding with like the current landscape of Amelia's. But at the same time, it's like the walls start crumbling and decaying and looking like they've been burnt and destroyed. And then the bed frame starts to like crack and seep and then sort of form like this blackened ash wood. And then the wall just completely crumbles in front of us. The roof kind of blows off, almost like doesn't literally fly away, but it's like just kind of pops, and then the sky opens up ahead of us. It's a gradual start, and then it kind of just one after the other, everything just kind of breaks down in front of us. Everything looks decrepit or destroyed and scary looking.
You see the sky. Sorry. You want to continue description?
Sure thing.
for a little
Yeah.
bit?
And then as we're there, the house changes from being at the house to being back in front of Jenkins High. So the ground changes from the carpet to like a little, starts bubbling as if it's hot, and then grass starts protruding through it, and then the ground fades away, and then we're on the concrete with the weeds and the rubble. Same thing for the walls. The cars next to us kind of like start forming near us, where the bed might have been and where the windows were. There's statues and things.
You look around, and you see that Delilah is stood there with you. Not another soul stands about. And as you blink, suddenly you are within the town square once more. Upturned cars, empty businesses, empty shops. The sky is roiling red. As in the distance, you see a black dome spreading out. And as you stand there, can you make a comprehend check for me? You need 3 successes.
I got 2, and I'll leave it with 2. Or should I go for 1?
If you need help, I will give you. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's only one.
I'll go for 1. It's only 1. I'll do
Okay.
it. So, yeah.
The dome gets closer. It spreads, and it spreads out and out and out on the horizon until it is not on the horizon anymore. You can see it pushing into the edges of the town furiously fast, getting larger and larger and larger and taller and taller and taller. And you feel against your forearm just a grip as Delilah looks up towards the sky and the chaos that unfolds. And just before the dome hits you, you notice something reliving this memory, this perfect facsimile of Amelia's own memory, her vision. You've seen this before. You have been in this space a number of times now, both receiving it from Amelia but also sharing it with others. You allow your eyes to wander. You allow your eyes to roam. And looking to one side, you see an empty shop. It is a TV shop, and you can see that stacked within there are numerous televisions, just still running, on display, inside of the shop window. And it is playing the news. It is the last day of the year, and there are live images of a black dome spreading out. But it does so in a location that you do not recognize. For it is not Eden Falls. It is sandy, almost desert-like. And as you look at the bar at the bottom of the screen, scrolling along, just before the black dome in front of you, the one that is devouring Eden Falls, before it hits you and Delilah, you see the ticker tape at its bottom simply read, Boulder City, Nevada. And then everything goes black.
Is she still holding on to me?
She is. You float in nothingness.
This is what she's seen. I don't know if this is what your dad saw, but this is it.
I want to get out, please. I want to get out. Leaving Neurocaster. And she just disappears from your view.
Everything's completely pitch black, right? I can't see anything, can't feel anything.
No, nothing.
think I'm just gonna stay in there for a few more seconds. Kind of like a deprivation tank, sort of. Just let everything out. Any frustrations that I have, any pent up fears, sadness, kind of just screaming into the void. And then, okay, let me out.
Leaving Neurocaster.
You okay?
Yeah, I just when my father stepped through that door, he told me about the past. He told me what he had seen. And he told me how nothing he had done in the past affected anything in our present. And looking at the notes that Nico had left about the way time travel works, or the way the door worked, we ascertained it was a closed loop. You can't. There's no branching timelines, there's no nothing. It is. Everything has already happened, which means everything. That means if this is going to happen, there's no stopping it.
Yeah. Afraid of that. Amelia was afraid of that too, I think.
Yeah, well, she's a smart girl.
She is. And I saw on the TV that it's not just here. It happens in Nevada, happens here. Could be happening other places. So there's really, I don't know if there's anything we can do.
There's a loop facility in Boulder City. That's where the first one was set up.
Huh.
In the US. Anyway, there's another one in Sweden as well.
Maybe the loops are connected?
Smarter people than us will know the answer.
Yeah, but do smarter people than us know what's coming?
I'm gonna reach out to some contacts. I'm gonna see if I can I'll do some digging.
Okay.
But Drake, you look after your friends, okay? I don't know where my dad is currently, but just look out.
Always. You be safe too. I know he's your dad, but I don't know. You never know what people are capable of.
Good night, Drake.
Good night. Thanks again for everything.
You can thank me when this is over.
I will. January 1st.
I'll see you then.
Yep.
She closes the door and begins to back out of the driveway, driving off into the night.
This time I'll wait till she goes around the corner and then head into the front door of the house, carrying my neurocasters, or putting them back in my bag and putting my bag over my shoulder and being quiet, but not utterly quiet, because just all in my head, thinking about things and not even thinking about how late it is.
No one wakes
Yeah.
as you walk around this space alone. But you do see that just on the side there is a plate of food with a large glass bowl just placed over the top of it to try and keep it warm. There's a lot of condensation on the inside, and you can tell that the food is cold. It's homemade burgers and fries, but yeah, it's been out for a while.
Gonna sit down and eat it cold, not even worry about warming it up. Just
Night continues on apace. And as morning comes, it is the last day of school, but that does not mean you need to attend. So what is everyone doing?
It's hard because there's no internet on our phone at this point.
So hard, honestly. You're so real for that.
I'm like, what do I do? That's what I would normally do, but
I scroll the newspaper comics. Calvin and Hobbes again.
classic.
Look, Bill Watterson never
No.
sold out.
You love them.
That's true. That's true.
So, Darla, you wake in the hospital next to your dad, and you can see that outside in the waiting room, Artie's parents are still they've woken up now, and you can see that his mum is holding a styrofoam cup of coffee out to her husband, and he takes it, and as he drinks, she walks over to where you are and just knocking on the door. Hey, how are you?
Actually, I feel pretty good. That's the deepest sleep I've gotten in ages. And she's sitting up and kind of removing herself from the bed and standing up and just stretching. How are you doing?
Our boy's okay. And I can only assume he would be in worse shape if you weren't there. So, thank you.
That's very kind. But he wouldn't be in that shape if I was there. Or wasn't. He jumped in front of the bolt. Just so dumb. He's so stupid for that.
Yeah, he is. He's very intelligent and he's very stupid.
Yeah.
But he also cares for you a lot.
I know. He needs to
Well,
stop it.
No.
He's gonna get him like
really.
this.
How's your dad?
He's good. He was talking a lot yesterday, so his lungs are healing. Yeah.
Well, I was talking to the doctor, and she was saying that if he wants, he can leave, and
With us?
he can. Yes, Artie needs to stay here for a little longer. Get a bit of bed rest, but
Okay.
your dad's free to go, and we have a spare room, Darla. He can stay with us.
Yeah.
We both can, for as long as
Yeah.
you need.
Whoa. That's great. That's great. Also, yeah, I know. Artie already extended an offer.
I know.
He jumped the gun. That was too early.
No.
The gun! There's a part I didn't tell you guys.
She just reaches out and holds your hand, and whatever it is.
No, you don't
wait.
understand. And not even acknowledging Artie's dad, she's gonna pull his mom in and like shut the door. And I have to go somewhere to find a gun that I used to kill the man that shot Artie.
Make a charm check.
So... No, I'm taking you to jail myself. Oh, me. Oh, click. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, that makes sense.
She just takes you by the shoulders and just sits you back down on the bed. And, darling,
I'm not making this up.
I believe you. I believe you. But you are doing no such thing. You are staying with us, okay? You have.
Yeah, but if I don't get that gun,
Darla,
I could go
don't
to
need to know.
prison. This is one thing that I was never down to do was kill somebody. Kind of. It really depended.
Whatever happened last night, I'm sure it was done for all the right reasons.
Of course it was.
Yeah,
I'm not just
but-
gonna go and hurt somebody that.
Which
Badly.
means, if there are repercussions, we can work through it. Okay, Darla, I need you to listen to me. Darla,
Yeah, I'm listening.
you're not gonna jail over this, okay? You're not.
I mean, I deserve to. But I don't want to leave Artie. Please make sure that I don't go to prison. There's no way they're not going to find out. They're going to look at the fingerprints, and I have footprints everywhere, and it just connect
She just
Artie to
pulls
it.
you in and just like holds you, and
She's talking a little bit more muffled into your chest for a moment before realizing what just happened.
you look after our Artie. We'll find out what's happening, okay?
Okay. Please don't tell anyone.
She just kisses you on the forehead. Not even for a moment.
Wait, no. If you're asked, you have to tell the truth. Don't be an accomplice. Or accessory? Jewelry? Or it's like a bracelet.
She kisses
part
you on
of
the
it.
forehead again and just steps on out and just closes the door behind her, leaving you and your father alone.
She looks back at her dad. He's asleep, right?
Oh, he's asleep. Yeah.
Okay.
As Amelia, the day beginning.
Right.
What are your plans?
Well, I've been slacking on the paper route for a while, so the first thing would be wake up early and to join June. Planning for that. Forgetting to confirm with Drake, but kind of hoping that maybe he shows up on the route as well. She'll hop out, almost still kind of quiet, still reflective, not very chatty with her parents or even June. She goes out, starts folding the newspapers, putting them in the basket. Let's hope today happens the way it's supposed to. As she preps all of her newspapers and hits the road. Almost a bit sluggish.
And Drake?
Basically, just getting up with like probably an hour of sleep. And then gathering all my stuff to run over to Amelia's house first thing to help with the paper route again. Assuming that she would probably need help. And then also to tell her everything that happened the night before. before having to deal with a whole day of school before being able to get to talk about it.
You managed to catch up towards the beginning of Amelia's route, I imagine, considering the aforementioned sluggishness.
Hey,
Oh, you're here. Thank you. Oh gosh,
Yeah.
I didn't even ask and you knew. And she just almost perks up immediately. Like you are the cup of coffee that she needed that morning. Okay, perfect. So have you heard anything? Did anything through the walkie-talkie?
nothing through the walkie, but we found. God, we didn't get rid of the body. I'm
Oh.
probably wanted now.
What?
And I took Delilah through the neurocaster, so you won't have to go through it again.
Oh my gosh, you did everything. That's so long of a list. What in the
Yep.
world?
It was a long night.
Eh, Did you get any sleep?
I got an hour. That's fine. I've gone 24 before without sleeping.
What are you hoping to fall asleep through class again one more time?
That's
I
not
mean,
healthy,
it's
by the way.
not-
Don't do that.
It's not ideal, but it happens.
Ah,
How are you?
Great.
Did you get
Well,
any sleep?
a little bit better. Obviously more than you, since you clock in at an hour. But it wasn't comfortable. I kept turning, and I'm honestly really grateful that you shared the neurocaster. I don't really want to go through that again.
I
Did
figured.
it go okay for you, though? Every
Yeah.
time before, it just felt like it was getting worse, right?
I mean, it was fine when I used it with you, and it was fine with Artie. It just when I used it by
Yes.
myself, and when I used it with Darla. So
Yeah, both of those times really bad.
3 out of 5, I guess, isn't too bad.
So last night, very good. She understood everything conveyed.
She got it all. I also saw more. I think this time I saw. It's
Saw
not just
more.
Eden Falls. I saw on these TVs. There was another black dome in Boulder, in
Boulder?
Nevada,
What?
or somewhere in Nevada. There was another dome, and Delilah said there's another loop in there.
Oh,
So
wait. Hold on here. Normally, the neurocaster, what we've been using it for is just to share memories that we already had. How did you see that one?
I'm sure you must have seen it, but you just didn't realize that you saw it.
Amelia, can you make a mind check for me, please?
I will make a mind check.
And if you can meet the 3 successes that Drake achieved,
Yeah? What were you asking for?
Yeah, she
How many?
can.
How many?
oh my goodness, I love. Okay,
Sorry, how old are you?
They're in love.
I'm like, what?
We're in sync.
Yes.
Amazing. So as you cast your mind to the quite visceral memory, you remember that feeling of deja vu you felt seeing that dome, as though it had happened before, and suddenly it hits you. You remember out the corner of your eye seeing something, and you remember sort of almost in the periphery, almost like when you were seeing those tears in time, those tears in reality. You remember seeing in the corner of your vision a black dome. And I will say, with 3 successes, almost re-entering that vision for just a moment, you allow your consciousness to just shift over to that deck of TVs in the abandoned shop. And you see footage from Nevada. But you also see footage of somewhere snowy, somewhere cold. And the ticker tape there, beneath this footage, says Sweden. And you realize that on New Year's Eve, each and every one of the loop facilities are going to blow.
Oh my gosh. And she kind of snaps out of it as this daze slows down her bike riding and it falters a little bit as she tries to catch herself. No, wait. And she freezes in the middle of the street. June probably still off ahead throwing newspapers. Oh my God, you're right. I didn't even notice that before. There was so much. It's in multiple cities. It's not just here.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't even matter then wherever we might go. Even if we get out of here, it could happen almost in any other place. This is a worldwide issue. Oh gosh. Oh. She'll take a newspaper and just throw it at the closest door, kind of like allowing her to release her frustrations.
I would say probably from both your respective history classes, you would know that the initial loop project was set up in Sweden. And it was only the 1960s that it was introduced to America. As far as you are aware, only 3 loop facilities exist. There is the one in Sweden, there is the one in Nevada, and the most recent is the one that looms over Eden Falls.
Okay. Just the 3 loop facilities. It has to be something that they're researching there then. That's the common theme. So we do know it's at the facilities.
Yeah, I told Delilah that it has to be somehow they're connected between the loops. We know the loops are connected in the way that they work, but whatever happens with all 3 at the same time. So
Right.
whatever goes wrong has to be connected to all 3 of them. She said she's gonna try to talk to some people.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, smarter people than us know what to do, but I also told her that smarter people than us don't know what's coming, so
Yes.
I don't know how they know what to look for.
We've met plenty of brilliant individuals who can even make their own time machines, and yet they still needed our help. Sometimes you need a little bit of dose of reality, which apparently is the only thing we can bring to the table right now, because we can't even get into the room. Room, space, whatever it is. I don't know, maybe it's just an antenna. Maybe it's something beyond that. I don't even know what's tethering them. Okay, no. So what? At this point, are we just waiting for Delilah, that she can get us?
I guess. I mean, we can't really sneak in.
Feels so insufficient. Feel like we need to pull in any help that we have right now. Have you talked to Darla yet?
Just as you say
No, not
that,
yet.
like say help, she would come across the walkie-talkie. I need help. The gun is not in my bag, and I don't know where it is.
You didn't tell her.
I left a note.
You left a note that you didn't tell her that you
Where?
actually
She turns
found
around
that.
She
and
was
sees it. Oh, I should have.
She was asleep.
Did you get it? You got it?
Yeah, I got it, but
Were you
we didn't get
saying?
the body.
Wait,
I was.
Why was he still there?
tell her to burn the note. I can't believe you
He's-
left a note about finding a gun.
I said I'll handle it. I didn't leave any specifics.
And then you drew a gun. It's right here.
That was Texas. If anyone wants to look at it.
See? Look
Or-
at it closely.
It's like dick butt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Where are y'all right now?
We're nearby Amelia's.
Mhm.
She's doing her paper route.
Yes.
Make it to the hospital. Artie's doing better.
Okay.
And I don't want to try to go and find y'all on foot.
Right. We might be going on an adventure today if things turn out, so you might want to come to the school.
What?
Well,
Delilah's
Go ahead. You
Go ahead.
tell her. You're holding
Okay.
it.
Delilah's trying to sneak us into the loop so we can figure out why the world's going to end
Why?
in a week or so. 2 weeks. Whatever it is.
Okay, I'll meet you at the school.
It's
You hear it
important.
just go quiet, like the static.
I think she turned it off.
See, what? Who turns it off? At any point in time, no one should be turning any of these off. What if somebody doesn't answer? Honestly, if somebody's not answering, I would be very worried.
Yeah. Mr. Jenkins.
I'm still so worried and upset we don't get to go back to him right now.
Yeah.
I'm so concerned.
You know what? What if she didn't turn it off? She just starts talking and trying to get to Mr. Jenkins.
Just switch it over.
Yeah, and just Mr. Jenkins.
The sun continues to rise as papers are delivered throughout Eden Falls until eventually Drake and Amelia, you find yourselves outside of Jenkins High, students completely unaware of what is soon to befall the town, crowding outside, and eventually, Darla, you also meet them outside.
Over here.
Oh. And she's like power walking over to you to not seem suspicious, but obviously it's weird. Took you long enough. I've been here for like 20 minutes.
Well,
I've
I had
never
to
been at
finish
school
throwing all
faster
the
than anybody
papers.
else.
It was okay. Listen, next time you can join me on the paper route. Then you'll know, and you can easily find us. If there is a next time.
What is this field trip?
Right. So you know the place where there's most likely all the bad things happening as she looks around to make sure
What, the
there's no
warehouse?
eavesdroppers.
Yes, I need to get the gun.
No,
Or not the gun, the
Not that.
evidence. Is the body gone? Did you see anybody
No.
go there?
So we
Yeah,
have a
there
new
is-
ally, remember?
Delilah
Connections.
took me to the warehouse,
Mm-hmm.
and we got the gun,
Yes.
and then we got
Did
caught.
you clean up? You got caught?
Sort of. There was a security guard. He saw us, or he sort of saw us.
What?
I ran away. I ran away with the gun, but I couldn't pick up the body and carry it with me while I ran.
Why would you even take a body? Oh my gosh, this is take
That's
a
what
man
I'm
central
saying.
for Matson. Even in death.
Yeah. So I think you're in the clear, but they might be coming after me.
You're so
So
naive.
maybe we'll see. Who knows? At least the gun wasn't under your name or your dad's name, so
No, it just belonged to the most wealthy and powerful man in this town. Who knows
Yes,
exactly who
exactly.
has it. Exactly.
I mean, what's he
done.
gonna
Tell me about
say?
the field trip.
Well, we don't really know it yet, but hopefully we're going to,
Why
you
are
know,
we here?
well, because there's a chance and we don't really know, and it's really hard to connect with her because she doesn't have a walkie-talkie.
She just has a phone.
Yeah.
Did
So,
you give it time?
Sometime today, hopefully.
listen, I trust her. I
horrible
believe
It
it's
is.
all we've got going, and it's a chance. It's the last day of school anyway. I think she'll be able to pull through. It will be a lot, but I think she's willing to do whatever it takes to help us in this.
Yeah.
She's definitely against her dad now.
Plus, Drake showed her the future that we saw. He hopped on the Neurocaster with her.
That's weird. You're like best friends with her right now, and I think that that's an odd.
I
Going
mean,
and
she
putting
loves John.
neurocasters together.
It was. We needed somebody that had power, and she has power, so.
She's one of the few people that knows.
Yeah, I know. I'm not knocking her.
I mean, who else? I can't tell my parents, and they wouldn't be able to help us get into the loop anyway.
Yep. And she did drive straight to Artie and pick him up and throw in her car and not say anything.
And help go get the gun to hide it.
Yeah,
Who are you trying to convince here? I already said it's fine.
I know.
Right.
Just saying. She's proven herself a little bit. Hopefully she gets to
Well,
us.
hopefully she can prove she's on time. As Darla just takes a seat on the sidewalk, like crosses her legs, into crisscross, and like puts her elbows on it. She's like, I'm gonna wait right here, no matter how long it takes. I don't want to go in the school.
Would you
That's fine.
rather sit on the bench, kind of over here?
No. I made my seat.
It's fine. Yep. Okay. We'll sit on the sidewalk then, because that's an excellent choice. Kind
Yeah.
of.
Do you not touch the
Difficult.
ground much?
Why would I? It's dirty.
So am I.
You're cleaner than the floor.
That's not true. Sometimes I'm very much not. I haven't even showered today. Don't smell the worst, I
Oh.
guess.
Yeah.
Oh. Mm-hmm. It's a good thing we're outside.
So,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
Nothing. Nothing. I'm just glad we're all here. If anything, I don't know. Maybe it'll
We're
make
not
sure
all
nobody wants to.
here. Don't exclude Artie.
Right. I'm sorry. That's my bad.
It's okay. All right. Hurry up, Delilah!
But it may, if it's a class field trip, we'll probably have to wait till class
Can
starts
you
on
imagine
this.
if she heard me and showed up right on time?
She just she's a new ally, not a servant who's joining us.
She's kind of like a genie, though.
That's true. She had a phone in her car.
Yeah.
I'd never seen one of those before. That seemed really cool.
You've seen robots. A corded phone is the coolest thing you've seen.
Okay, well, it's one that didn't seem dangerous, so I could call it cool.
You would have loved Bug.
Loved what?
He was a little robot that I knew back in March. Recorded a lot of very important stuff because that was what we gave to the police, who have done really not too much, except for we still have at least one guy behind bars.
Yeah. Definitely could have used a little more tech this time around. Wait,
Yeah.
do we still have the... And she'll kind of motion to the power control.
It's got to be in Artie's pocket. I didn't bring it. I forgot about it.
We absolutely
Oh,
need
unless
to
they
go
took
get
it out,
that.
because he's in a hospital gown. Uh-oh.
Would you have put... No.
Why doesn't he put anything responsible in my hands?
Oh, damn it.
I hope none of the nurses use that at the hospital.
Oh
'Cause,
god, and Darla just lays back now on the sidewalk. Kind of like half of her head hitting the edge of it, and then the half of the rest hitting grass.
Oh,
You
we
hear
definitely
the
need...
first bell of the school day go, and you see, like, students begin to converge inside, and you see many of them are wearing Christmas jumpers, and you can see a teacher just over by the door, and as you squint your eyes, you swear it's the principal, just dressed in a big Father Christmas fat suit, and as people are going by, you go, ho, 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 Merry Christmas! All right, okay. And just as the kids are filing in one by one, the three of you sat on the sidewalk.
Darla's got her arms over her eyes, and she's just laying there.
Great. Well, if
Should
we
be-
get to go in, now we don't even have one of the most useful tools.
Although, I don't know if we should shut down the loop either.
What?
What?
The
Why not?
dimmer thing, like, turns off power, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What if stopping the loop causes the black thing to happen? Because the power shut off, and whatever thing they have there just explodes.
Darla sits up. Why does your brain go to this?
Yeah.
Because I've seen it so many times now.
Yeah, but you're saying it's caused by essentially us.
I'm saying it. The cause could be that the power goes out across all of them, and then if we're using that thing, we could be the cause of it, or someone else gets it from the hospital and uses it on Christmas Eve, and they're the cause of it. Or there's some other thing, but we don't know anything about why this thing happened, so I don't know if we should use tech that we don't really understand.
And she gets up, and Darla starts running. Keep your walkie on. I'll be right back. And she's running to the hospital to hopefully find this. I don't know where nurses put his clothes, if they were washed.
I'd say for expediency's sake, you're able to go in, and they are aware that you are a friend of Artie. But as you go in, you also see that stood by the reception area, you can see not only Artie's parents, but also your dad, wearing what looks to be a very oversized pair of clothes, presumably from Artie's dad. And he is currently over by the reception, just signing himself out. And yeah, no, I've got my medication, so thank you. Really, thank you.
Are you out? And she's running up and kind of stopping abruptly, noticing you when she's trying to run past. What?
Hey, Yeah,
Those are
no,
those are yours, huh?
yeah. Yeah.
You
well,
look
what can
kind
I
of silly.
say?
Then again, I'm wearing Artie's pants.
Well, before you know it, we'll be replacing you. And Artie's dad just like brings him in for a hug and kind of gives him a little bit of a nuggie on the head and get off.
This checks out.
Hey, what are you doing back? I thought you meant to be at school.
Oh, I have to grab something from Artie's room, like some soup.
Okay. Yeah, sure. You need a lift to school at all?
Nope, just need a bowl.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
And then yeah, maybe later. Or lift to prison. Here we go.
As you say this, Drake and Amelia, do you also have a walkie-talkie?
Yeah.
Drake's carrying ours.
Ours.
Ours, I'm sorry. Like,
Oh my gosh, you are married now. You're like,
who's already like, can you handle that and carry that for us? Thank you.
All of you hear a voice over the radio. Come in. It's, Darla. Are you there?
she as her bag is talking, kind of backs away. Give me a minute, and she runs outside of the hospital, double doors, and is like standing right out. Mr. Jenkins, are you okay? Where are you? You haven't answered me. Why?
I'm okay. Come to Drake's cabin. I'll tell you everything.
Okay. Is this one channel? Did you just call me?
We're here too.
Oh dear God, that was kind of why are you just eavesdropping? Anyway, yes, we'll be there shortly. I'll be out at the hospital soon.
It's a walkie-talkie. We all talk to each
Shh.
other.
Stop it.
There's no response.
Rude. And she also goes dark and runs back into the hospital and doesn't even address the adults this time. She's zooming past to bust into Artie's room and just kind of, where would it be?
As you are looking beyond the hospital and beyond where Drake and Amelia sit, beyond the edges of town and in Eden Forest, Mr. Jenkins sits on a chair in the middle of Drake's cabin. The birds sing outside. It is calm, cool, and crisp. And through a large black eye, gashes all over his face and blood trickling down his beard as his bound hands struggle. Mr. Jenkins looks up. Linda, the dog, is off to one side. And you just see as her collar is gripped by one of Matson's mercenaries, just a pistol is pointed at her head. And Mr. Jenkins just, down, girl, down. As Magnus Logan stands in front of him. Do you think they'll come? Yes. Good. Then we can finish this. Darla, you find the dimmer.
Oh,
It
thank
is
God.
just in a pocket, in the pocket of his coat.
She grabs it and is almost touching it like, this thing is delicate. I gotta be careful. Puts it in her bag, tucked neatly next to where his glasses are, because she never even took them out. and runs. Not even saying once again anything to the adults.
You swing past them as oh, okay, see you at home. As you just run through the streets, and Drake and Amelia, you have been sat there for probably near to an hour now. Is there anything that you've been doing since the walkie-talkie?
Would you like to teach Amelia how to punch?
Sure. For the hour, I've just been like teaching her.
Yeah. Okay.
Amelia,
Jab, jab, cross. Jab, jab, cross.
What? With the...
make a force check for me.
Okay.
If you get 2 successes,
Mm-hmm.
the next body check you make, you will need 1 less success. If you get 3 successes, you get to automatically succeed on the next body check you make.
Oh my gosh. 2. 2 is still good though. I'll take it. That's
Okay.
still good.
I forgot to say that we all have a curse.
Oh, is that?
I never pressed enter. This was with the soup. So that's a 1.
Cool.
Okay.
Can I counter that with blesses?
Yes, you may. So you
will.
need 4 blesses to get another one.
I will use those 4 blesses. Yes.
Okay.
Good
Thank
job.
you for those.
So next time you make a body check, you will require 1 less success in order to succeed.
Yes.
So yeah, you're teaching her to punch.
Guess so.
Just in case, you never know.
Absolutely. You're doing good. Doing great. Keep that hand up. Don't
Oh.
drop it.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't it better just to hit first so then they don't hit back, right?
The best is to run away, but if you have to hit first, then run away.
Oh, okay. Run first and only hit if I have to. When do I know I'm supposed to hit?
If you can't run away.
Oh, okay. I'm not very good at that. And she's going to look down at her very worn, terrible shoes that hurt. Not great for biking or walking or just.
Okay, hit a lot and then walk away.
Got it. Okay.
I guess
It is.
we should go to the cabin. I don't know if Darla's gonna come back to us or if she's just gonna go straight to the cabin.
We should probably go. I'm worried. Anything, Mr. Jenkins, since I had that vision, remember? It was
Oh right, yeah.
about to die. I think. I'm glad to know that he's staying at least in the woods. Your cabin would be safe, right? Who knows that that's out there? Just him, right?
And Magnus, since he built it 100 years ago.
Oh my God, you're right. Because he hid the hazmat suit under there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Right. No, we should go. We should go just in case. Plus, it's better to stay in groups. I assume she's gone there. I don't know how
Darla
long.
would have.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Not
Yeah.
sure how we get Delilah, but I don't know.
Maybe I'll just go tell the principal
Yes.
to
Yeah.
have her contact us somehow. I don't know.
Because she won't know where your place is. Oh, this is complicated.
It is.
Why didn't we give her a walkie-talkie? Because we didn't have an extra one. That's why. Damn it. Okay. Oh,
Why didn't she give us a phone? She's probably got plenty.
that's true. Are phones portable then? No, they're not. What am I thinking?
Oh, I have an idea. I'm gonna go to the office and ask
Right.
them if I can use the phone because I'm sick. Call home and then I'll just have them call the Logans.
Yes. No, that's
for whatever
perfect.
reason.
I'll start walking and then you can run to catch up. Shoes and all. That way we
Yeah.
can be faster.
Yeah, it's fine. I can run. It's good.
Okay.
So, Amelia, you head off. Drake, you are able to speak to Miss Crit Wiley, the receptionist of Principal Hughes, and she gives you access to a landline and sort of I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling great, honey.
It's okay. It's, the winter. It's been really
Oh,
cold,
I
so
know. No, it's the same with my boys too.
yeah, it's horrible, but it's okay. It's the last day. Nothing's really gonna happen at school today anyway, so.
Oh, absolutely. No one's learning anything.
Right? We've watched the same, claymation Christmas movies 7 times in the last week. Every
Well, I
class
will.
thinks they're so original with it, but it's the same movie every class.
Well, I will leave you to it.
Thanks. Yeah. So I'm just gonna call, and then hopefully somebody answers.
So you're calling home. Sorry.
Calling the
Or
Logans.
you're calling the Logans. Lovely.
Yeah.
There is no answer.
Is there a machine?
It occurs to you as you are ringing that there is no electricity on the
Oh.
Logan estate.
Huh.
I forgot.
Damn it. Okay. I'll call home.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to Lily. Hopefully.
There, it rings and it rings and it rings, and for a moment you almost consider hanging up before. Hello.
Hey, Lily.
Oh, hey. How are you? How's you skiving?
Yeah, I'm. Sorry, I feel kind of sick, so I just needed to call you.
Oh, you
Hey.
okay? You need Dad to come pick
No.
you up?
No, I'm fine. I just needed to say that so that the secretary at school wouldn't give me a hard time. I
Oh,
need
so
you to
you
do me a
are-
favor.
Okay. Yeah, sure. What is it?
Okay, so you know the Logans, right? The ones that gave Dad the job and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Delilah Logan was supposed to help me out today, but there's something else that came up, so I have to leave school. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. But if you could find her, talk to her, and explain to her that we left, but we still would really love to have that help that she's offering.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll yeah, no worries. I can pass on that very cryptic message.
Perfect. Yeah, you know how it is. But yeah, I don't know how to get in touch with her because I just called and there's no answering machine at her place. There's nothing, so you might have to go find her if you don't mind. You don't have anything going on today, right?
No. This is why I came back from uni. Obviously, I wanted to track down mysterious billionaires. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Sure.
I can ask Dad if I can borrow the car.
Yeah, tell him you just want to say thank you for the job offer for Dad or something. I don't know. You bring them a pie or something. I don't know, it's a British thing.
Okay.
It's a British
Cool,
thing.
well-
They give gifts when they go to people's houses or something.
Is it? Oh, okay. Well, I'll see you later. I'll let you know if I manage to get in touch with Delilah.
Okay, thank you. And appreciate it. Love you.
I love you too. Okay. Bye. Feel
Bye.
better.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye. Yeah. So, thank you. They're gonna come pick me up, so I'll just head outside.
Oh, good. Okay. You can wait in here if you want.
Oh no, thank you. I appreciate it, but I don't want to get you sick or anything either. So.
Oh, no, understood. I don't have your use.
Yes, and it's chilly out there, so take care.
So long, and have a very Merry Christmas.
You too. Happy New Year. Happy Merry Christmas. All that.
So,
No, I'm just gonna start booking it to try to catch up because that was a lot of calls.
I am going to ask all three of you to make a move check for me. And whoever rolls highest will get to the cabin first.
Not me. Drake just runs right past me.
Hurry up!
There you go.
I got one success since I have a curse.
Oh wait, can I use blesses? Oh yeah, you'll do.
You can.
Because I have a lot of blesses to go through and curses. So let me do math really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
With very little left. I'm using 9 blesses to get 3 successes.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
yeah. You only
Okay.
needed 2.
So I will say with 1 from you, Drake, and 0 from Amelia. Amelia, it is not long before Drake catches up with you,
Oh.
and you begin
Keep
to make your way towards the
going.
forest. And Darla, running forward, running towards the cabin. The trees pass. Redwoods, cypress trees. You hear the sound of birds above. And as you make your way through these woods that you have become very familiar with, especially since March, you find yourself passing the old, disused petrol station in which Mr. Jenkins hides, under which his laboratory sits, and his workshop. And it appears quiet and empty. You continue on through the woods. Cresting over hills, you see the familiar sight of Eden Falls, water barreling down from on high off the cliff and down into the lake below. You move past this until you see, built into a large tree just off in the distance, a cabin. Simple, homely, cozy, and quiet.
Is the door open or closed?
It's closed.
Okay. She would reach the front door and pause herself for a second and go to knock and just no, and then she opens the door, flinging her body forward. Mr. Jenkins? What do I see?
Can you make a move check for me, please?
I'm so good at that. Dang it. There's
Ooh.
no way.
Oh.
I just looked at my notes. We had a reroll. I could have kept quiet. No. Ugh! It's the best it's been.
So what is that?
A 0 on a
Darla.
reroll.
Everything goes black as a bag is flung over your head.
Oh god.
Drake and Amelia.
Mm-hmm.
It is some time before you come to the cabin in the woods. It is, once again, quiet. And there is a chilly warmth to the air. You can see mist lowering all around, but orangey light streaks through the trees. There's something quite beautiful about this time of day, just before sunset.
Do I notice anything from my cabin being out of the ordinary?
Make an investigate check, or comprehend, depending on how passive you're being about it.
They're the same. Okay, 2 success.
I say with 2 successes, through one of the windows, you see movement. But not of one figure. Of 3. 3 adult-sized figures.
Shh. Hold on. There's someone in there. That's not Darla. Might be Mr. Jenkins and somebody else, but
Oh,
I don't know.
this doesn't feel good. I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
Do you have Darla's gun?
No, I gave it to Delilah.
Okay.
And my sword is inside the cabin.
Of course.
So that's not great.
Okay.
Just wait here. Keep the walkie with you.
For what? What am I waiting for?
I don't know. I'm gonna try to get into the back.
Should I use the walkie for like a distraction? Put some false information on it or something?
Yeah, sure. Try to contact Mr. Jenkins, see what he says.
Right. Right. I'm gonna go at least hide further away at those trees, okay? But I'll still be able
Yeah.
to see the cabin.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna try to find a branch or a log of wood or something. Something that can be a weapon.
Okay. I'll say you find a branch.
Jake's gonna die.
Lovely. So, Amelia, you're hiding, did you say?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But I'm going to make distracting sounds in the walkie-talkie. Like if I'm like, I'll talk to Mr. Jenkins, and if things seem off, I'm just gonna make it seem like I'm talking and walking towards the cabin, just to create distractions, strange things, throw them off.
Caw, caw, through the walkie. Did you hear that
Yes.
bird?
So,
Let me teach you about all these animals I've read in a book lately. Did you hear all the sounds they've made?
so Drake and Amelia, can you both make sneak checks for me, please?
Yeah. Oh, I know.
I got one. Let's see.
Becca, to get 1 success or 3 to get 2.
Oh, I'm gonna pay 3.
Pay,
I'm gonna
yes,
pay-
give it to me, the banker.
I will pay the 3.
I'm gonna pay 2 to have 2 success.
Perfect.
Okay. This is your last chance to add any more blesses if you would like to.
Okay, I'm gonna add 2 more, so it's a 3 success.
Yeah.
And then Becca, if you had them, you can add 4 more for
I
that
will.
success.
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh my gosh, y'all
Success.
are rolling in
Stay-
the deep over here.
Yes.
You got as much blesses as I curses.
Balance.
I'm
in the
running low on blesses now.
universe.
I went through all 27.
Okay. I can share some. Or chat
Amelia,
can help. Yeah.
you stay out of sight. And as you do so, and as you wait, with your stealth roll,
Mm-hmm.
or your sneak roll rather, you remain unseen. But you do notice something. And we'll get back to what that is in just a moment. As Drake, moving towards the cabin, log in hand. What are you doing?
So I'm coming up on the back side of the cabin and then checking. There's like a little window in the back, peeking in, seeing if anyone's in the back of the cabin.
So I will say that as you look in, further to your prior roll, you see the following. You see Darla with a black bag over her head, and you can see that she is currently being forced down into one of the spare chairs, and you can see that there are 3 other individuals in there. They're mercenaries. All of them are dressed in grey military-like gear, and you can see that they are armed. They have guns. You also see that one of these men is holding a German Shepherd tightly by the scruff of the collar, as Linda is there just... And you can see that Mr. Jenkins is tied up in the middle of the room, just trying to get himself loose of the bonds, and he is bloodied and he is beaten. And presiding over all of this, sitting down in nearby chair, you can see with a very prominent limp in the leg in which he was shot by Darla, and sort of fashioned with a silver-topped cane, Magnus Logan just rests himself down in one of the nearby chairs and is just staring daggers in Darla's direction. I assume you can hear me, Darla.
Yes, I can.
Are you alone?
Does it look like I'm with anybody? Don't be an idiot.
Do you think I'm an idiot,
Yes,
Darla?
I do. If we're being honest.
I am tired of dealing with children. You took my son from me,
No, I
and you
didn't.
shot me in the leg.
You
Did
deserved
you not?
it.
Deserved.
Yeah. You blew up my house. That's the least that I could do.
You put my son away to rot in a jail cell.
He's
for the
getting
rest of his
fed
days.
just fine. Quit being a baby about it.
A baby. And he just chuckles to himself as you observe all of this from outside, Drake.
The mercenaries have guns besides the one that's on the dog, right?
Each of them appears armed with, at the very least, a pistol.
Cool. Gonna wait for Amelia's walkie-talkie distractions.
Mr.
And then I'll
Jenkins.
Do I hear this too?
You would. It comes
Yeah.
through loud and clear.
Her head just like turns to whichever the direction the sound came from.
I'm pretty lost in here, so I'm going to be talking out loud as I find my way here. I'm going to just describe the things that I'm seeing, and you'll have to tell me if I'm going the right way. So I recently just passed a leaf on the ground. It's orange. It crunches. It makes this sound, and then I just walked over a yellow one, and it sounded similar but different. Here's what this one sounded like, and just go through
As
it.
this
Just audibly texturize the world around her.
No monument, a leaf.
Can you make a charm check for me, please?
Oh,
Becky?
yeah.
And I will
don't-
say the fewer successes you get, the more grating this is.
Oh, no. Perfect. Perfect. I was going to say, I don't know if I want to succeed or fail this.
Yes, let's go, Amelia. Yay!
It is 0 successes. We're going to leave that.
With 0 successes, you see Drake from where you are, just Magnus bristle a little bit, and just reaching forward, just begins to turn the radio down. Until it is little more than just a faint just underneath everything. As this happens, Amelia,
Mm-hmm.
out of the corner of your eye, as you watch Drake approach the cabin, you see through the trees more shapes. 5 shapes. Beside a large van. More mercenaries. Waiting. They have not seen either of you yet, but they are waiting.
There's no way I can outrun them.
In
I've
your
already
shoes?
established that. Yeah. Oh. Okay. They probably have guns then to assume as well, knowing that these are mercenary. They can make out the 5. She'll hop on the walkie-talkie, knowing that Drake is able to hear some of this too, I imagine.
Not anymore.
Let's see.
I guess. I've been making so many dumb noises. I don't know if you'll have the audio on.
The leaf is like.
Yep.
That was a little wet.
You know, there's a lot of shadows out here too. More for this kind of daylight. You'd think that you wouldn't see any shadows because it's such a safe and peaceful place. But I see at least, 1, 2, more than that, definitely a lot more than that are just making this place feel super dangerous, Mr. Jenkins.
Great. Can you make a comprehend check for me? And in direct proportion to the 0 successes from earlier, you need 3.
Ah.
0.
Oh no. How many do you need to succeed? Oh, a lot.
A lot. I need like 9.
I do have that for you.
You might want to save some.
This feels like a life or death situation.
Yeah, get to like 1 or 2. Don't use all of your blessings.
I will have 7 remaining.
Oh, never mind. Give them away. What the heck?
Yeah.
That was so
Take
much.
the 9. Take the
Okay.
9, but then I'll
Sorry,
be down.
I'm
And
just
that's like 7 for the
jealous.
shared pool. Sorry.
With 3 successes, Drake, not only are you able to hear what Amelia is saying, but you understand the veiled meaning beneath the words.
Does my sneak from before still account for anything?
It will, yeah.
Okay. Then I will sneak away from the cabin
Okay.
I guess I should look around to see if I can find the other shadows first, so I don't sneak right into them.
I'll say looking around, yeah. I'll say, because as you are extra cautious at this point, looking around, you see that parked off in sort of the cover of the undergrowth nearby. You can see a large grey van, not unakin to those that were stalled in front of the Logan estate.
Okay, I'll sneak over by them, away from them, so I'm not like directly in their line of sight, but getting closer to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's 5 of them, right?
There are 5 of them.
That's a lot of guys with guns. Are they on both sides of the van or just one side of the van?
Just one side, and as you get closer, you can just hear, so, you just working for this old guy now? We work for Matson. Yeah, but I ain't seen Matson in like a day. So, what's the deal? So long as we got money, we stay. Alright. Cushy job, though. Picnic in the woods. You got a sandwich? Yeah, I got a sandwich. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna break my promise to Delilah and do something stupid. So I'm gonna come up from behind them one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Have you found where Amelia is?
No,
This is
but
Amelia, from your vantage point, you can see Drake just sneaking up to these 5 people.
yeah, I'm not sneaking up to attack them, but I'm gonna like rip my shirt a little bit before I get to them, and then put some dirt all over me, and walk up to them with a little bit of a limp, and be like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Can you guys help me? I fell down and I think I broke my arm. I don't know what's going on. Ah, where am I? I don't know. There's some freaking guys on the track team were being stupid. They pranked me. They pushed me off a hill. I don't know where I am. Can you help, please? What's going on? Where are we?"
One of them just comes up to you and puts a hand on your shoulder. And hey. Hey, Grant? Pass me that paper again?
Ah, shit.
He does so. And holding it up next to your face, you look to one side and you see 4 photos on there. Darla, Amelia, Nico, and you. Yeah, this is the fucking guy. And you
Cool.
see one of them just start to reach round to their belt.
Cool. Can I kick him real quick and try to grab his gun?
Make a force check.
Yes.
Oh no.
Give me the
oh,
gun.
no.
Oh my gosh,
successful.
yes!
As you reach forward and he starts to bring it round, you literally do.
This is
You
your
know that
Cowboy
bit-
Bebop moment.
You know that bit in Ghost Protocol where like Jeremy Renner and Tom Cruise like both like disarm one another and then it's that, except he has no weapon in his hand as he just oh guys, and what are you doing? What are you doing with the gun?
I'm just gonna start shooting.
Oh my
Um,
god!
Wow.
Not at them, like to kill them, but to like to get them like
Dang.
to back up. Maybe like 1 or 2 shots and be like, "Hey, put it down." Drop it.
Okay. As this first shot goes off, Amelia, you just hear it echo out, and so do you too, Darla. And from inside the cabin, Linda starts to bark. And Mr. Jenkins, although you cannot see Darla, you can hear him shifting in his seat as Magnus Logan just looks to the window. Well, let's get this over with then. Shall we?
Get what over with? Mr. Jenkins, are you in here?
I'm here, Darla.
Okay.
You, what was your name? Richard, sir. Richard. Can you pass me that gun? Yeah, of course. There you go, sir. Good. And Magnus shoots Mr. Jenkins in the leg.
Darla would flinch at that. I'm assuming he yells in pain.
He is screaming. And Linda is barking as Magnus steps forward towards you, Darla. You hear the sound of feet and a cane against the wooden floorboards. And then you feel an unfamiliar alien sensation against your head. Metal pressed up against you. Don't think I won't.
Could I? How is Darla being held right now? Or is she just
She's
seated?
being held just on the shoulders, just sat on a chair.
Feeling the air close in, and your senses are heightened whenever you lose one. So without her able to see, her touch and her hearing, and even her smell as she smells him, kicks in. And I would love to have her, because if she's being like held here, one, try to pull away, but also kind of duck and swipe her right foot to trip Magnus. And I would like to use my pride for that.
Describe what happens.
Exactly that. So without a moment's notice, once the realization kicked in of what just happened with Mr. Jenkins, as well as what could happen with her, she would quickly just break away and do like a duck, swipe her leg, hear him fall, and try to start ripping off this bag to see Mr. Jenkins.
As you tear the bag off and you just hear it as Magnus falls on the ground and the gun just sort of hits the ground and it goes off, and you see one of the men to the side, one of the mercenaries, just as the bullet just flies into his abdomen, and he just falls to the ground just as the other two begin to scramble, and you can see Linda just begin to and just scrambling around as the guy who's holding her is desperately trying to keep a control of her. Amelia, what are you doing outside as there are gunshots going off inside the cabin and gunshots going on in Drake's direction as well?
Okay, really dumb question. I know they're around the vehicle. Are they guarding the vehicle?
No, they just seem to be standing outside of it.
Would it be possible for me to sneak into it?
I'm going to let you use those 3 sneaks from earlier, 100%.
Yes. I would like to. I'm really hoping there are keys in this car. Like, that was a thing, right?
Yeah, it'd be cruel if there weren't. There are.
Okay, I know I've done this before. But the idea of driving the car into the side of the cabin seems like my best option to really create some chaos that might protect my friends, because I'm going to assume they're probably tied or stuck in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm. So, can you make a move check for me, please?
So I don't think you know that Darla's in there. Only Drake saw. Because he didn't have a walkie to talk to you, right?
That's true. He went in through the back, though, so I don't think he's near the front that I'm going into. I'm making big guesses here. We're all desperate. 2 successes. Come on.
2
please,
successes.
Please.
Drake, as you flail around, just like shooting the gun, and you can see that the very well-trained men in front of you, despite this training, suddenly, in the face of pure chaos, just begin to duck and, not able to predict what you're going to do, just start to back away. And they are going to move behind the van, and you see one of them just start to sort of feel back, and then it just drives off as they just, no, and it's moving through the undergrowth, and there are bits of brush and bush just like getting torn up as this van just crashes through. And you watch as towards the cabin, this place of solace and calm for you, this grey van slams into the side of it, crashing through the wooden structure. And Darla, I need you to make a move check for me, please.
Please be good.
Got you, baby.
Amelia's screaming the entire time, by the way. Like, just a squeak try through this.
Dang it.
What do you need?
Give me a... No, because I have blesses.
Yes.
So, I'm going to do the classic. I'll use 2, get my 2 successes, and then re-roll. I got 1 success.
1 success. In that case, as the vehicle begins to move towards the cabin, you hear the acceleration outside, and with 1 success, it is 1 success less than you require. But I'm going to give you a choice, darling. Both you and Mr. Jenkins you are going to be in the line of this vehicle when it crashes through. Are you taking harm, or is Mr. Jenkins?
Darla. Artie just saved her, so she would do the same for someone else.
Mark yourself as injured as you push Mr. Jenkins out of the way, and as the vehicle impacts with the outside of the cabin and wood goes flying everywhere, splintering and crumbling as you just see headlights slam through, you turn round and it slams into you as you knock back and you hit your head against the nearby wall and you fall down dazed, blood streaming from a cut on your on the top of your head. And you see that from inside the van, Amelia, you can see that the guards have gone flying, and you can see that Linda, running first towards Mr. Jenkins and just licking him, suddenly turns around towards one of the mercenaries who is beginning to stand, and she runs forward barking loudly, angrily, fearfully. And you realize, Amelia, that you have seen this.
No.
As she barks, the mercenary turns a gun on her. And she jumps up towards his arm, and a gunshot goes off, and her barking stops. Because her jaws are around his arm, and she tackles this mercenary to the ground. What are you doing, Amelia? Mr. Jenkins is prone. Darla is not faring much better.
I hop out of the van. Is everyone? No one's okay. All right. And I'm going to first go for Darla and try to get her into the van as quickly as I can. I know she's not great, but I'm not strong. I'm not smooth at this. It's going to be reckless, but just like tossing and moving, just dragging as quickly as possible. Not concerned about adding additional injuries at this point.
Can you make a force check for me?
Please get in, please get in, please get in. Just
You have that
lift up your
bonus
foot.
too, right? From the punches.
Yeah, just. Okay.
That's
two,
a lot of
three,
pluses.
3 more for 1. I could do 6.
You could
how
reroll
many-
as well.
7 will get me 2, right? Right? 7 will get me 2. Am I mathing this right? I
Yeah,
hope.
that's right.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Save those blesses.
Yes.
We have lucks. And these lucks are separate from those lucks because you
Oh.
don't get a condition if you roll a 0.
Oh.
You still can't add stuff to it, but you would be okay. So would you like to use that?
I don't know if I want to like a guarantee 2.
This
to
is a lot
risk
of
it.
blesses.
I know. This is,
I wouldn't
no,
waste
I'm
them on me
thinking-
right now.
Of course I would. I want to get you to safety. Are you silly?
Yes.
Just let me die here in this cabin.
No, she's not gonna
Like-
die. Kids can't die in this campaign.
That's true. But
We can be
Oh.
maimed.
Stick
and
with what
very
you
hurt.
want. Yeah, do what you want to do.
I'm gonna use the last, so I will have 0 blesses left, but I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them to
2.
get 2 successes.
You reach down
So good to me.
and you grab Darla. And at first, it is hard to pick her up. She is heavy, and she's barely able to put any weight upon her legs. Darla, the world is swimming in front of you.
Yeah.
And
I
you
don't
can
think
see
she'd
that.
notice movement.
No. But Amelia, to one side, you see a mercenary on the ground as Linda is on top of him, and you can see the other mercenary just moving over towards him, trying to pull Linda off his friend. And you see Mr. Jenkins, and he presses himself up off the floor and sort of moving over towards you, just puts himself under Darla's shoulder. I've got you. It's okay.
Come on, quickly.
Come on, Darla.
In the van. Linda!
Linda just and just breaking off, just jumps into the van. And Darla, your vision begins to clear a little bit. You can see sort of smoke inside of the cabin, and you can see dust particles just floating there. You can see impacted wood, and you can see Linda just stood in front of you protectively, and you see Amelia, and you can see Mr. Jenkins as he just pushes the hair back behind your ear. It's quite a tumble.
You don't look much better.
Yeah. Where's your friend?
Where's Magnus?
Who? No. What? I have no idea. Right now, we can't deal with that. You're injured. We're not safe. This is not the time to figure out where freaking find Waldo at this
Is
moment.
my blood?
Yeah, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
It's getting in my eye.
Listen, Amelia.
Yes.
I don't think I can drive.
I no. I've got this. I'm going to get this. I will. If I can drive it in here, I can drive it out.
Okay. And he places a hand on your shoulder, and you feel his breath, hot and staggered, on your face.
No. We're going to do this, and we're going to make it out, and it's going to be fine.
You have to run. You have to get out of it. And you know, before it happens, that he isn't going to finish this sentence.
No! No!
A gunshot goes off, and Mr. Jenkins' eyes go wide. His grip loosens around your shoulder, and he falls away from you. And you watch as a limp, lifeless body hits the ground before you, revealing the teetering silhouette of Magnus Logan, pushing himself up on a cane, gun smoking in his hand. And he pulls the hammer back again. And that is where we're going to end this week's session.